Second season is coming in the next few weeks. I really can't wait for it. We first saw a little of you on the very first season, but it seems like the second season we're going to get more expansion of your story. So, how you're feeling
Yes.
about this?
I'm feeling good, man. Man, I'm excited to work with 50 Cent again. I was on the original Power, and then be able to come into the BMF universe. I'm excited, what I'm saying, for everybody to see this character.
Now, what can you say of what's going to go on with K-9? Because it seems like it's going to be kind of a power struggle between K-9 and Meech.
Yeah, well, this season you'll see that K-9, he's a ruthless gangster, what I mean, from the Brewster Projects. And, he actually takes Meech under his wing. He's Meech's new connect. So as you see in the trailer, it might be a little issues here and there you have when you're dealing with somebody of K-9's caliber. But Meech sees something in K-9, and K-9 sees something in Meech. So he takes him under his wing this season. So we'll see what happens with that mix.
Hmm. Now, how was this character approached to you when you first got your audition for the very first season?
Actually they sent me as you can see in the first scene, that was my actual audition in first season of season one. And that came about and I was excited just to be a part of it. So then me and Randy always had the joke, once I was on set, I was like, dang, I ain't got nothing else. I'm seeing everybody with bigger roles and stuff like that. See what happened here? And then he was like, yo, I got you. So then season two, it's a big difference, way big difference. You'll see than season one. And I'm excited that they expanded on K-9. It's based on a true story. So now people get to see K-9's character because, I actually met his family. So I got to get a little bit of information about K-9's character. And I was like, man, so they really got him spot on. So I'm excited for both K-9's family and excited for Big Meech to showcase K-9 on how he came up and showed and K-9 showing him, how he came up in the streets.
I'd like to follow up on that. You say you spoke with
Yeah,
K-9's family. What were the
yeah.
discussions like when it came to either developing these stories or what could go in uh, for the plot line?
Well, I first originally when I saw him, I was like, hey, I signed an NDA, so I can't really say anything about it. But they would just, say, it don't matter. I just want to, let you know how he was. So they gave me that information about halfway through the season. I had spoke to one of his sons that reached out to me in season one, actually through Instagram. He DM'd me, and we spoke for a little bit. But when I got to see his other son in Detroit, we sat down, had dinner, and he was just telling me about K-9's upbringing. I was like, wow. And in my mind, I'm like, man, they spot on with this stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? And I was just letting them know, hey, man, listen, your dad is represented. That's all I was telling them. But it was good to meet everybody. They was excited that I'm playing the character, and I felt I was in sync with K-9 from day one, and they felt that as well, and they showed me any love. And his real name is actually Lawrence, and my last name is Lawrence. So the sync is just crazy, you know what I mean? And we definitely got a lot of similarities. So I was able to bring some of the stuff, uh, how I am in real life to this character.
Now, I'm going back to Beach for a second. There's not too many actors where we could sit here and say, "Hey, this one is playing his dad," and this one is quite different because I think he's a very good actor. And when I found out he was playing his dad, I was like, "There's not too many actors that does this." So, what was in your mind when you found out that he was going to play his dad?
I thought that was dope, man. Given the opportunity, and 50 Cent had him work for it. He was in class for a year and a half, and he still had the audition for the role. So, me and Meech, when I came on for season two, we got together. We was hanging out and working on the role, and he was telling me about it. It wasn't an easy process for him, so he had to work for it. 50 Cent had him work for it, and he earned it. He deserved it. And you saw in season one what he did, and in season two, you know he's doing his thing even more, and I'm glad to be able to be in this part of his life, being able to play his dad. Being able to see him play his dad and being up there with him.
Hmm. Very good insight. Very good insight. For this season that's coming up, were there any good challenging scenes that you had to really bring the actor out of yourself to accomplish the scene?
Um, let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be this one episode, and I really went in and had to really dig in deep. And I'll say, look at episode 7. That's gonna be the one that I think is gonna be, ringing a lot of bells out here. So I really dug in. From what everybody was feeling, they was like, man, you scared the living, what I mean, out of me. So I think that one is where I really had to, dig in. And I can't wait till you guys see this episode 7. So remember that episode 7 is the one where I had to dig in really, and once you see it, you'd be like, okay, this is what Rayan was talking about.
And I meant to ask 50 Cent a while back because this is also set in Detroit. For
Yes.
many years, we've heard the rural stories of New York. We heard it from Chicago, and we hear it from Los Angeles. Why do you think is that Detroit is one of the silent cities when it comes to these kind of stories?
That's interesting. You know what I mean? Because the time when Meech came up, that was the murder capital of the world. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was researching YBI out in Detroit, the Brewster Projects, and they were one of the first African American drug dealing companies that was really, organizations that was really out there, and really had organized crime at the highest level. So I'm not sure why these stories didn't come out, but 50 Cent does have a lineup of these stories coming out, and being that he had the success with Power, he's able to bring these stories of these stories that we have of the African American community back then, and bringing those to this present day. And the thing about BMF, we're not glorifying drug dealing. You know what I'm saying? It's just that
Right.
that was what they had to do at that time. You know what I'm saying? And they was able to do bigger things with it. Be able to make legitimate businesses with the music, and now you can see Little Meech doing acting, and also the Flenory brothers are producers on this project. So was able to do this and legitimize everything at this day and age.
Thank you so much for your insight on that because I was
Of course.
really curious on that.
Mhm.
My final one for you. As this season dust and settles, you have any favorite memories when you was on the set?
Well, I actually my favorite memory was when I was actually introduced to the family. That was probably the most amazing time moment during filming, and it was when we was in Detroit. Sitting down, and I was at a casino, and K-9's girlfriend at the time. I walk up to the nobody hears the story yet. I
Oh
walk
boy.
up to the bar, and the girl that plays my girl in the show, Rama, she plays Peaches. You'll see her, beautiful. She's sitting down at the bar. I walk up to the bar, and then this lady says, "I want to know who's playing K-9." And so I'm like, I don't know, I'm thinking she's joking or something like that. And then she's like, all I want to know is who's playing K-9. And then Rama's like, why? And she's like, because that was my man. And we like, we're just thinking it's some type of joke. I don't know. And she starts showing us pictures of her and K-9. And we was like, wow, what's what, how does this happen at this moment? So anyway, she ended up calling his son, and his son came out, and that moment, just meeting him, and every day I'm meeting everybody. I'm meeting his brother FaceTime me, his boys, K-9 boys, and you know what I mean? So it was just crazy to meet everybody, and I met his actual wife. So I met his girl and his wife. So I was able to meet everybody at that moment, and that was like the best time. We hung out and had dinner and spoke, and yeah, that was an amazing feeling for me.
Oh
Amazing.
my
So that was
god.
my best time on set.
It must have been very surreal.
Yes, it was. It was because you use it just the irony of it happening at that moment was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then just to know that everything I've been doing was in sync with how they dad were, and had how what they dad told them about the stories about him coming up. So yeah, it was crazy.
Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I can't wait to get this story out.
Thank you so much for having me. You too. Enjoy your day.
Thanks. Same to you. Plus, it's still raining over here, so it's quite
Yeah.
shitty around here.
Gotta send you some of that Cali weather.
I'll need it back in a few more months.
Right.
Enjoy the rest of your
Cool.
day.
You too. Thank you for
Thank you.
having me.